with us. Let's go. Yeah, I am here. Late as usual, but I am fucking here. And I want to say hello. Hit it.
Hello, motherfucker.
Yeah, hello to each and every one of y'all. Y'all are going to have to excuse the witch angle right up here. All right. This is why I'm delayed today, is because me trying to get my green screen together. Actually, it's a blue screen. And what the problem is that it's my webcam. Okay. I have more than enough efficient lighting in here. Light here to the left, light here to the right, light in front of me. And I've only come to the conclusion that it is the webcam. Okay. So I've even played with the fade and all that other jazzy shit. And it's still, I'm having this issue up here in this corner. And it's just my look, see, because whenever I come close, it tends to go away with my hand. Now I'll try to mess with this one more time, turn this one off. Okay, maybe it was the light in front of me. Maybe it was too bright. All right. Welcome each and every one of you guys to another episode of Trucking with LoSean Parks. You guys are here with me, and I do appreciate it. You guys could be anywhere else in the world. And I appreciate it once again. I just botched my whole intro, but it is what it is. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all here with me today. All right. So comment section is officially up. I'm sitting here looking at the comment section as we speak. Shout out to all my moderators in the building. There we go. Shout out to all my moderators in the building. If you see stupidity, you know what we do with it, right? We just get you right up out of here, okay? We get you right the fuck up out of here, all right? Yeah. This ain't the show that you might want to have the children around, because I use profanity from time to time, because mostly this is geared towards adults, right? We're talking about truck drivers. People have to be, 18, 19, 20 years old. So, and I have a share that just came through. That's where you guys heard the noise. Shout out to my man, Tess. Appreciate you for sharing it, man. Big salutes. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't know if this is streaming now to Facebook and on YouTube at the same damn time on my future shit, right? At the same damn time. So I don't even know if Facebook is even still allowing this to play with me playing the music that I played in the beginning, all right? I know I probably just messed up my whole entire monetization for this, but it is what it is, right? So with that being said, since I probably messed it up, if you want to donate to this channel, to this podcast, being that I botched it, you can do so. Let me throw the banner up down there for you guys that don't know. You guys can send me, you can send it to me at Cash App. Once again, if you don't know why content creators saying send it to Cash App opposed to doing it via, what is the damn thing called on here? The Super Chat. Because Super Chat, Google, but I should say that YouTube actually gets like 60% of that. So that's why a lot of content creators say, yo, man, send that joint to my Cash App, and I'm going to put it right there. All right. So if you do want to contribute to this, once again, donations don't matter to me, $1, whatever. That's how you go about showing the love and support to it. All right. If you have a question that you want me to answer, I do acknowledge Super Chat. So if that is the only way that you want to go about doing so, then you can send Super Chat, and I will pull your question to the front, put it right there on the screen, read it out loud, and then give you an answer to it. All right. So that's how we rock over here at Trucking with LoSean Parks. So as you guys seen in the title of this video or podcast, however you want to look at it that I'm doing here today, I'm gonna give you guys an update on what's been transpiring, what's been going on with me. Also, I'm going to talk to you guys about a $3,000 repair bill on one of my trucks. Yes, it's not a game. It's not a joke. $3,000 repair bill. And I have it actually right here. I have it right here. Look, my green screen fucking up again, right? Because told you it's my camera. I got to get a better camera. All right. But $3,000, as you guys can see, Excel. Repair bill right there. Now my camera is botched again. Got to get better equipment. All right. I got my mic in the Rodecaster soundboard popping. All right, got my lights, everything else that's popping. It's just this stupid webcam by Logi. I don't like it. It's supposed to be a good web camera. Yeah, right. This thing can't read. And then at one point in time, I'm thinking that I maybe needed to change my laptop and get a laptop that could read color better. I'm at the point where I'm thinking I think it's the damn camera. Okay. So we're gonna work on that. Okay. And that's what y'all donations go towards, if you didn't know. Okay. If you feel like doing that, once again, you don't have to. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say I could care less, but I don't want people to feel like, hey man, yeah, you're gonna be talking shit, man. And if I send you $1, you talking about you don't care. Hey man, I appreciate it. And that's how you show support to this channel if you want to do so. Don't make me no never mind on what you choose to do. All right. But that's that. So let's get into it. People, we're gonna have fun in this podcast today. This live podcast. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna put some shit up on the screen and we're gonna talk about it. All right. I've had a couple of comments that I've retrieved from out of my that people have left on some of my YouTube videos, past YouTube videos. And it was a couple. But this one right here particularly, I want to bring to the forefront and actually read it and answer it. And I'm cringing like this because it's really stupid, right? And I don't feel like I really even have to validate. But I just want you guys to see the stupid comments that come across on a consecutive basis. Okay. The outright foolishness. All right. The outright foolishness. So what we're going to do is we are going to pull one up right now. Matter of fact. And this is going to be the fun part of the show. We're going to knock the funny shit out the way early, and then we're going to get into serious business. But let's see if I can pull it up. All right, here it is. Let me move this banner right here. Banner is out the way. This individual right here named Paper Chaser Doe. Okay, Paper Chaser Doe. It reads, "Why don't you tell the truth about what you owe to Frenchie in red?" So if some people don't know that Frenchie and Red is we're employees with Parks Motor Group. I think we were working close to like 3 years ago, maybe somewhere like that, 2.5, 3, somewhere of that nature. So the truth that what we owe Frenchie and Red is absolutely nothing. We don't owe them any money. They were employees, so they were on salary. They never leased the truck or anything of that nature. So they were on salary. So they got paid their salary. There's nothing that is owed. I mean, you just gotta get, your laughter. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the on his first attempt. The first attempt was just a complete debacle. There's nothing that is owed when they were paid salary. All right. The next question reads, "Why don't you tell the truth about Choice Mass problems under you?" Well, with Choice Mass, there was no problems underneath me. And I'm kind of confused on when he says under you. There was never no under situation. Choice Mass had invested into Parks Motor Group, invested into 2 trucks, and things didn't happen the way that we had hoped as far as projection with numbers go. And Choice Mass was paid out in full on what he invested back in per, the contract that was written up, that if there was no profits made, then they would receive their initial investment back. So Choice Mass put up $20,000 and Choice Mass received back his $20,000 because there was no profit made. And that goes for all of the investors who invested in Parks Motor Group during that time frame, which once again, we're working on, I want to say almost 3 years ago when this happened. So this individual is, fetching. So we're going to hit him again with it. Trying to make something be there that isn't there. I wish much success to Choice. I believe that Choice is doing very, very well. And I wish nothing but the best to him. And I believe that he wishes likewise to me. Last time we spoke with each other, it was wishing the best to each other. So I'm a little confused on where that individual came off with this question. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. He says, "Why don't you tell the truth about Dre exposing your lies? We found out to be the one in the right and not you after your rant." Once again, bringing up something from 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago. Me and Dre to this day have parted. You know, I mean, we've came to a amicable. I just said that wrong, but we've came to an agreement that let bygones be bygones, and we both have moved on as men. And once again, Dre was also paid out in full of his 10,000. So it's just interesting to me where the lied at in there. But once again, you tried, and we are having fun tonight on your account. We are. Carries on and he says, "Why you ducking and dodging?" Ducking and dodging. I ain't ducking and dodging nothing. I'm here. I'm going to get YouTubers to speak on this. Please do. What I want you to do is I want you to get every single YouTuber that you can to speak. Because what it does is it draws traffic to my channel, which when people tend to come to my channel, they will subscribe because I give out very, very good content. I would like to believe, and many would agree, I would believe. But this is the silly shit I'm talking about. Please do get all of your compadres, try your best, even though you're going to land with your worst, and get everybody to talk about it. Yes, we are on fun time right now. We're going to get serious though, people. Just stick around. He carries on and says, "We want you to address a former white driver who exposed you also, yet you posted he was good and had that red truck ready for the next driver." Well, here's the deal. I didn't have as you would state, a white driver that was in the red Cascadia that I had that was upset with me. Okay. I have no idea what you're even talking about when you get to this point, and the point that you are trying to make in that is I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. A former white driver who exposed you also. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. All of this exposure talk is unique to me. And I'm going to give you guys a quick thought on this, right? With everybody stating that, oh, LoShawn has scammed such and such, or has scammed this or scammed that, and exposing LoShawn and Parks Motor Group. The funniest thing to me is I have no, and I mean absolutely no, or none, if you want to look at it that way, lawsuits pending, civil suits pending on my desk or in my name. If it was ever that serious that I was scamming, scheming, stealing, robbing from anybody, where in the fuck are the lawsuits at? Where in the fuck is the civil suits at? You know why they're not there? You know why they don't exist? Because it isn't real. Okay? It isn't real. Because I bet you my bottom dollar, if somebody had scammed me out of a major amount of money, such as people are trying to imply that I've done, there would definitely be a civil suit, at least. A civil suit. But why is there no civil suit? Because it ain't real. Okay? It ain't real. You know, it comes a time when you have to start using common sense and start picking through what is real and what isn't, and what's a lie and what's not. But it's up to you to determine which way you're going to go with that, right? But I have once again, no lawsuits, no civil suits pending in front of me. And if I did anybody wrong or anybody had felt any type of injustice was done, there damn sure would have been something there, right? And there isn't. So that's one for you to rest on, Mr. I guess Paper Chaser Doe. And for anybody else who believes the allegations. Just saying. He goes on and says, why are you deleting comments on what we all want to hear? Notice the low likes and comments. We all know you dirty like any other trucker carrier or any truck carrier, bro. All right, man. Let's get this trash out of here, okay? Because we're really done with it, okay? But I just thought it was joke time. It was great because I had a ball laughing about this, and I thought that would be great to bring to you guys, and maybe for some of you out there who have these notions or beliefs, to let y'all know that, hey, if any of it stood true, where the fuck are the civil suits at, bro? Where the fuck is the lawsuits at? If I schemed and scammed you out of any type of money, where is your attorney at sending me a letter? Because it ain't real. It's all bullshit. And that's just the fact and truth to it. All right. So now that we got that out the way, I mean, it's just SpongeBob. Let me know what it was. I just gotta let my man SpongeBob tell y'all. Oh man, we having fun today. I told y'all that we gonna have fun today. All right, and it's gonna be. And I'm gonna get to y'all questions if y'all have questions, comments, concerns. All right. So we got that part out the way. Let's talk about this $3,000 bill here real quick. Okay. Who is okay? I see a comment down here. And this used to be a former driver of mine, so I'll bring this up. There was a team of mine. You did both John and I right when we was working for you. I appreciate that, Annette. Thank you so much. Which Annette Davis and John Davis, Mr. and Mrs. Davis, no longer work with us, but they know. I mean, I don't do people wrong at all. Okay, if you come to Parks Motor Group when we had lease drivers, because we don't. Well, I won't say that we don't. We have lease drivers that are still grandfathered in doing the UPS thing. Those are the only ones that are lease drivers still with us. Everybody else is company drivers, and we're pulling at another carrier. But here's the deal: when you're a lease operator, when you was a IC contractor with me, you created your own paycheck, right? I don't create your paycheck for you. I just cut you your check. Okay. So if you didn't make a paycheck that week, it's because you didn't make a paycheck. You didn't hustle hard enough. You went home. You turned down loads. You was, BSing, what have you. That ain't got shit to do with Parks Motor Group or Loshan Parks at all. All right. I've also heard this being tossed around that I didn't pay well, or that I made people's paychecks what it was. I don't dispatch trucks. So I didn't dispatch anybody to make their paycheck what it is. They made their paycheck what it is. So if you received a $600 paycheck, it's because you made a $600 paycheck. Not me. I didn't make you make that paycheck. I didn't force you to sit. I didn't force you to go home. I didn't tell you to stay at home for 10 days, knowing that you didn't have the financial capital to be at home for 10 days. And then when you come back out, you're in the rears. I don't do that. Okay. So if a person comes here to Parks Motor Group, decides to jump on the internet or get on the phone with people and let them know, hey, I didn't make that much money with Parks Motor Group. One is that person wasn't a hustler, period. And that goes for any driver that's in this industry. If you ain't a hustler, I don't give a shit if you're a company driver, you're a lease operator, your own operator. If you ain't a hustler and you ain't out here getting to it, you ain't going to make no money. Your laziness will show on your paycheck. I promise you. Your laziness will show on your paycheck, period. It ain't got nothing to do with the carrier ain't giving me money. The company I'm working for ain't giving me no money. Stop pointing the fingers everywhere in every other direction and start pointing that back at yourself. Looking at yourself in the mirror and realizing, you ain't working hard enough. Okay, period. Let me tell you something. If you working hard enough, one thing is for sure. You don't got time to complain. You working too goddamn hard, right? You making too much money. You keeping your head down, mouth closed, and getting it done. Period. The ones that complain all the time are the ones that ain't making paychecks, and they're finding every goddamn excuse in the book on why they ain't making money or the carrier isn't making them successful. Bro, maybe it's that you ain't making yourself successful. You ever thought about that? Grown adults wanting handouts like children. Like children is disgusting. And then I have the nerve to try to blame the carrier for why they ain't making no money. But no, won't blame themselves. Won't look at themselves and say, man, I hustled. I bust my ass. It'd be a difference if you put up 3,000 miles, 3,500 miles as a solo, and you turned around and you made a $400 check. You might have a problem there. Okay. That could be a carrier issue at that point. But I don't know this day and age, people that are doing 2,500 to 3,500 miles a week, and they're making a $600 paycheck as a lease operator. Hell, I don't even know company drivers that are doing that type of miles that's making a $600 paycheck. I just don't. So when I hear this notion, it's bullshit. And when you hear this notion, the first thing that should go off in your head is, bro, what did you do to create this paycheck for yourself? And if the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, it's not me, bullshit. Call bluff right there. Bluff. Because that's what it is. They throwing you a bluff. But hey, you ain't got to believe low. Okay. I don't never cut anybody a paycheck for anything that they haven't earned. Okay. If your paycheck was $600, it's because you earned $600 motherfucking dollars. It ain't because Lowe just decided to pay you $600 or Parks Motor Group decided to pay you $600. You earned $600 paycheck, bro. You went 1,000 miles for the week, 1,500 miles for the week, and you wonder why your paycheck is $600. What we talking about? Carrying on, man. Carrying on. But these are the allegations that are out about LoShawn Parks and Parks Motor Group, and they are ridiculous, to say the least. Ridiculous. We've given people here at Parks Motor Group opportunity, so much that I go out and I give people a lease opportunity, right? A way for them to start seeing what it feels like to be somewhat of an owner operator, run their own truck, in case they want to step up and, go buy their own truck. They got some type of experience behind them to understand how to run it. You know how many trucks I've gotten back from lease operators, from me doing a lease operation, that were completely shot because they didn't do maintenance on the truck. They got behind the wheel and drove it like they was a company driver, not keeping up with their proper PMs, not keeping up with doing proper pre-trips around the truck, checking to see what's worn. Whatever happened to the old pre-trip style when you learned in school, not cracked, bent, or broken. DOT, it looks like it's DOT, DOT ready, road ready. Like, all that shit went out the window. No proper pre-trips, handing me the trucks back. I'm taking them over to Freightliner to get a thorough inspection done, and I'm coming back with fucking bills. That's through the fucking roof. On things that could have been prevented of us getting to this number. How? Simply walk around your truck, man. If you see it's broke, you see it's an issue, let's figure a way to get this fixed. Don't just let it keep on lingering on, because the longer it lingers on, the bigger the bill gets. And guess who you leave the bill with? This guy. How fair is that? But no. People won't get on it on social media and talk about that. No, they won't. Hell no. Nah. Because that once again, they ain't trying to look like the bad person. So fuck it. Why not blame it on the company I was working for? They the ones who messed me up. In each truck that I have ever leased out to somebody, I've always told the person or individuals to look over your truck. You got 30 days to let me know if there's an issue. After 30 days, you're responsible for any repairs that need to be done on this truck. And I have drivers that have let me know that there was issues with their truck within 30 days. I cover it. But if you don't let me know that something is wrong, and then 32 days go by and oh yeah, so this, and you expect me to jump up and reimburse you for it, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Because I guarantee you that issue was there before 32nd day came. I promise you. You might have been able to find that in the 28th day and I still would have reimbursed you for it. The other notion that's going around about me is that I don't give back escrows. Really? Law don't give back escrows. Is that the word on the motherfucking street? Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, this is raw podcast. Okay. This is raw podcast. Trucking with LoSean Parks. Because I don't have time to sugarcoat anything for y'all. Because whenever I sugarcoat it for y'all, guess what? Y'all say it was my fault. Funny how that shit worked too. It's always his fault. It's always LoSean's fault. It is. What people need to understand about escrows is a carrier has 45 days to return you your escrow of what you paid into an escrow, maintenance escrow, trailer escrow, whatever escrow you have. 45 days. All right. Now, if the truck is in the shop, getting repaired, or we're waiting for pending repair bills to come back, well, guess what? That 45 days may last a little bit longer. But once again, we will let you know if it does last a little bit longer than that we have pending bills, stuff of that nature, that we're waiting for it to finalize out. All right. But I find it ratherly interesting that when you return me a truck back and you know that repairs needed to be done on it and you return it back to me, and then you have the nerve to ask me, where's your escrow at, when you stuck me with a $2,000 repair bill and your escrow only had $1,500 in there, and you're asking me to return you your escrow. It's not going to happen. I don't give a shit if you go and get the sheriff of your town. I don't care if you hit up Mecklenburg County. It ain't happening, Jack. And I will always have receipts to back it. If you return me the truck the same way that I gave you the truck, there won't be any issues, right? Because most time, if I give you the truck, I've already had it inspected. I've had things repaired on it. And if there are things that are not repaired on it that needs to be repaired, believe you me, I will pay to have those things repaired while you're out on the road within that 30-day period. After the 30-day period, you're on your own. All right. Anything that happens at that point, as a lease operator, you are deemed responsible for. Anything that does not cover underneath your warranty. I feel like that is completely fair. Completely fair. Thank you, Annette. I appreciate it. So I don't have a need ever to hold anybody's escrow unless you return my equipment to me and it is not in the fashion in which I've given it to you in, or you have created damage or needed repairs done to this unit. I will utilize your escrow to pay for that. Period. Don't care how mad you get about it. Don't give a shit. I'm handing out new equipment So most of the time when I hand out this equipment, there shouldn't be too many things that warranty doesn't cover unless it is a wear and tear item. Okay. And wear and tear as a lease operator, you're responsible for, right? So, with that being said, I received another, you guys can see Excel. Okay. It's messed up my green screen again. But I received another truck back. And this truck, we had to replace all 4 hubs on the drives. All 4 hubs on the drives, all 4 needed new shoes on there. Okay, if you guys don't know what shoes are, get the camera. The camera's still flaky up there. I don't know what the hell going on. Fuck it. But if you guys don't know what the terminology shoes is, that's meaning brakes. Okay. Had to replace all 4 brake pads on the drives. Not to mention that on these drives, on the right hand side, they had seal leaks. Seals were leaking. So I had to repair that. I had to replace that. All right. Each one of these drums part $295.98 per drum. So for on the drives, 4 tires, total in parts, $1183.92 for parts for 4 drums. Now, mind you, this ain't a truck that I've driven. Okay. I didn't create this wear and tear on this shit. This was done by lease operators where nobody paid attention that this truck drums or this truck's brakes need to be replaced. Just kept driving and driving and driving and shit. Right? One may say, well, you didn't spot that when you brought it in for an inspection if you had another lease operator in there. Once again, no, I didn't spot it. Why? Because I take it to Freightliner here in Charlotte and they inspect it. So probably at the time they didn't need to be done, but may have been very, very close to it. But still, once again, people brakes and hubs like that shit is visible through your pre-trip. Hands down, that's visible through your pre-trip. You could stand between your 2 drives and look down and your drums at your brakes, which you should be doing on a daily basis as part of your pre-trip, and noticing if the drums are getting worn, if your brakes are freaking starting to look like paper thin. Holy hell, might need some brakes on this damn thing. Might need some brakes on this damn thing. Carrying on. The brake shoe kit for all 4 of them, $128.02 a piece, $512.08 for all 4. The what is this? The core charge was $170, which they gave that back because they had the core. So they gave me the $170 back. Not worry about that. Seal service kit for right drive was $28.08. And that's it. So basically in parts, it was $1,724.80. Now, of course, dealership, okay, labor time. We're talking about Freightliners and shit like this. They're gonna rape you, okay? Because their labor per hour is 150 or better. Okay. Just depends on which Freightliner dealership you go to, which franchise it is. They're going to depict whatever their labor rates is. But this one's labor rates here in Charlotte is, I can just tell you, total labor was $862.50. Now I could have gotten this done a lot cheaper. Okay. Where I park my trucks at in a drop yard or drop lot, there's a mechanic shop there, right? And I had them actually look at it first, and the amigo came out and was like, "Oh yeah, no good." And he's like, "Go get parts," and he would do it. He would charge $60 per tire, which is phenomenal, right? They could have knocked it out in like 3-4 hours or something like that. and it was a great rate. I was actually going to utilize them to do this service, but I do have an extended warranty on these trucks that covers certain parts. So I wanted to put this in the shop to see if this was covered under warranty. I kind of felt like it wasn't. I felt like because this is a wear and tear part, so this is probably not going to be covered under warranty. But also, there was a check engine light on, and it was a knock sensor that had to be replaced on there. So that was covered under warranty, of course. But no, these brakes was not. These drums, these brakes, and this seal was not covered under there. So bringing the grand total to $2,997.62. Now, once again, I could have got the parts for this from Freightliner, but the discrepancy in this as well was when I had the shop where I parked my truck at look at it, they also indicated that the discs on the steers were bad. So, but also at the same time, these guys don't work on DD15s like that. So they work on the Caterpillars. They're really good with the Caterpillars, the N14, the 12.7. So when they lifted up the hood to this truck, they was like, oh, no, don't touch nothing. Trying to be funny about the shit, trying to be like, yeah, don't touch this, too pretty. We don't want to touch nothing, no break something. But they don't really work on them like that. So then when I took it to Freightliner overviewed it, they said, yeah, your front steer brakes don't need to be replaced. Those are fine. The disc on those is fine, because the Amigo was like, yeah, he didn't like the lip that's on that disc. And then I told Freightliner about it, and Freightliner said, this is normal. So then that kind of made me feel like, oh gosh, would it probably been a good thing that I still had Amigo change it? Probably so, right? But even though Freightliner looked at it and it was like, yeah, this doesn't need to be changed. This is perfectly fine. Now, if you want to change it, you can go ahead and change it if you want to, but they're like, it doesn't need to be changed. So at that point in time, I was like, yo, man, listen, it's already over there at Freightliner, man. Y'all just get it done. Okay. But I do have the Migos who can handle that for a lot cheaper labor than what Freightliner was charging. I could have saved myself probably roughly about $600 in labor, because Amigos is what, 60, it's 120. It would have been 240 if I just had them do the drives, and then, but with Freightliner, 862. So you can do the math on that, a little bit over $600 in labor that I could have saved myself on for sure. But it is what it is. I definitely will use them when it comes to other things that I need to have done on the trucks, because that's where my truck's parked. So it's really easy for them to just pull it around into their bay and work on it. But once again, I took it to Freightliner because I wanted to see if the extended warranty that we had that covers parts would cover some of this. But of course it didn't. Okay. But it did cover the knock sensor that was out on it. All right. But yeah, so $3,000 bill to me because of previous lease operators that had this truck, and nobody noticed that the brakes was running low. Nobody. Actually, I noticed it when I got the truck and I looked at them, like, the brakes look a little bit low. They look like paper, they paper thin. And that's when I took it in. Or I had, like I said, the first time I had the Amigos look at it, he was like, oh, no good. And then he's like, yo, your hubs is done. Your hubs is done. It's like, are you kidding me, man? Like, yeah. One reason why I don't allow leasing any longer, because of shit like this. Okay. It's unacceptable. Not to mention, if you are planning on putting drivers in a truck and you want to be a fleet owner, let me give you guys a gem here real quick. I would advise that if you have drivers in your truck, that you have, even if you lease in a truck, okay, that you have those drivers do an annual, take it to a TA, take it to a dealership, whoever, and have them do an annual inspection every quarter, every 90 days. So this way you get to see if there's a problem. Excuse me, it's a gnat right here, and I'm trying to get him. Fuck you go. Get up out of here, boy. Y'all signing shit live. But so that way that you can have them inspect and tell you what needs to be changed, or if something looks like it's about to be a problem, for you to go ahead and get it fixed then, or for you to get it fixed sooner than later, instead of you having to pay a hefty repair bill. So now, for all of my trucks, every 90 days, every quarter, they have to go into a TA or dealership to be inspected, DOT inspection. Because these type of repairs is unacceptable. They unacceptable. It is very preventable, right? This is preventable. We don't have to create no more damage to it than what already may have been there or is there. But this is just unacceptable. Unacceptable. So now we run a 90-day inspection via mechanic on each one of my trucks, because I'm not going to keep dealing with this shit. I cannot trust drivers to properly know or to properly do their job, which is pre-trip the truck and let us know when there's an issue with the truck. I just can't trust it. Sorry. I just can't do it. Okay. So that kind of is the deal with the $3,000 bill. Once again, if you can always get these parts, because these are genuine parts, and I actually brought this, but my camera's messing up. But I bought because Excel Truck Group here in Charlotte, their service department is really, really great. A lot of times well, for me, my experience is that they get the trucks in and they get the trucks out. All right. But their parts department, they fucking suck. I did a post about them the other day, last week. It literally takes them an hour to work with each customer. Like, why are y'all so slow here, man, when it comes to parts? Like, yo, come on, let's move a little bit faster. A little bit faster here, a little more pep in your step. So if you're looking to get parts from the Excel Truck Group Freightliner dealership here in Charlotte, just know, like, it's probably best that you go at like 9 o'clock at night when ain't nobody, or get parts like on the weekend when most mechanical shops are not working. That would be my advice to you guys. But they did have the special on these brake drums. They had $8 off on them. On brake shoes, they had $4 off. And brake calipers, they was $5 off each. And these are off of them. Brake adjusters, $5 off each. And then they have these Eaton clutches for you guys that need some clutches. $40 off each clutch, $10 off installation kits. All right. So they just have like different, and they have these. I don't want to mess it up my camera, but sorry, messing up. But they have them sitting right there at the service department. And I like to just grab this and see what kind of specials they have going on. All right. Also, for some of y'all that have been, shout out to my man Josh. I was on his stream yard 2 days ago, and we had a fucking blast. 5.5 hours on his stream yard. You guys should go check that out. Gave out a lot of good information on there too. That was a good stream. But here they say demand is booming. Get the right truck and trailer before they're gone. All right. So they say they have new trucks, used trucks, trailers that are right for you. Financing available. We have many options to get you the best financing available. Ask us about our extended warranty options. Call our team today for a custom quote to fit your needs. They also have rentals available. So I guess like if you need to rent a truck because your truck is down in the shop, they have rental trucks available. Have a truck in the shop or out of commission, we have rental units available to get you back on the road fast. Don't miss a deadline. Keep business moving with our wide section of sleepers and more. So here, once again, I'll show this without messing my camera up. At Excel Truck Group, if you're ever passing through Charlotte and need to put your truck in the shop, they do offer rental trucks while your truck is in the shop if it's going to be down for a period of time. Now, their new trucks that they have in stock, I've seen were pretty pricey here. I've seen they had a 2018 Freightliner Cascadia 125 stock. They're selling it for $74,500. Now, the only way that you can find out more details about this, you have to click on their little scan bar that's in this paper thing, and then it gives more detail. They had a 2017 Freightliner Cascadia 125 stock. This is a mid roof. They wanted it for 64.5. All right. Then they had 2018 Freightliner Cascadia 126 stock. And it says in here, it's funny how they put this. Only 84.5. Like, that's a cheap number. That still ain't cheap, bro. 84.5, man. But they say they got flexible payment options. Okay. They also got trailers. The only trailer I see on here that they got is they have one petroleum tank. They have a Dorsey 48 spread stock. That's a flatbed. They also got a Mack trailer MFG. And they got a XL specialized 35-ton step deck. Well, this is RGN. It looks like. Yeah, it is RGN. So they don't got like no reefers, no dry vans, no shit like that. But once again, you guys can take a look at that if you like. Let me see. They got a website. They may have one. Let me see. So, but just this code thing, man. They just got these codes, but yeah, they don't post their website on here. But you can look it up. Excel Truck Groups, maybe exceltruckgroups.com. All right, that's that. All right, let's take some questions real quick down in the comment section. Anybody got anything? If you got any particular question real quick that you want me to answer or elaborate on, put all capital letters, all caps, down in the chat, and I will pull your comment to the forefront and answer it. Let me see if I ever get, I didn't see any super chats run across here. So let me see if I got some. Okay. So I did. Okay. Bet. Shout outs to Jediah Jenkins. A lot of applause. Came through on my Cash App, supported, showed $5 to me, says $5 for share my month breakdown story and pay you back. Okay, so Jediah wants me to explain to you guys about his breakdown, which he is a lease driver with me as well. So Jediah, it's funny that you said Jediah, because I talked about your breakdown a little bit on Josh's show, but with Jediah, his breakdown was that he was having like turbo issues with his truck. All right. Truck had 299,000 miles on it. 299,566 to be exact. And he was basically having intake manifold pressure too low problems. So they checked the Delta P sensors and found out that wasn't that's not what it was. He went to a shop that was close to his house in PA, and they just couldn't figure out how to fix the truck. A Freightliner dealership. He took it to this different one, and they were able to figure it out. It was basically knock sensor needed to be replaced, and also a clamp was broken on the turbo, which was causing it to have a whistling noise and also caused it to basically slow down. So big ups to Young Freightliner in Ohio. And I bigged them up because they got right on this, right? So they only had the truck for about 2 days and 2 or 3 days, and they got him back out and they fixed the problem. And the truck's been running like a charm. He hasn't had any problems with it since then. So, and how Jediah's worked is that, he was going through some issues with that. It was costing him, like with him being down and still with the truck payment rolling, the PMG fee was rolling too at the same time. So we worked out a payment arrangement with him, and he caught it all back up, okay, within like 4 weeks. And now he's killing the game. He's making a lot of money, doing good. So yeah, that's the story about one of the trucks with Jediah that happened on his. But let me see what else we got here. We got another super chat came through from who? Okay, my pops. Yeah, appreciate that, Dad. So my pops, Lorenzo Parks, you guys may see him down in the chat, but he gave me $55. He said, where'd he go? There will be haters. There will be doubters. That's a fact, Dad. That's a fact. My man Ku Yang gave $5 cash out. Appreciate that, Ku Yang, supporting the channel. XD. I appreciate that, man. That's big right there. That's really, really huge. Who else? Frank Evans just sent $10. Round of applause for Frank Evans. Keep doing your thing. Big truck driver. Appreciate that, man. And anybody else that sends Cash App, I will definitely read it off. I do see that we had a super chat come through right here. Let me bring that to the forefront. Daycab Slim sent $5. Big ups to you on that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. States wishing you the best at SD's Express lines. Oh, word. Okay, that's what's up. Big ups. SD's in the building. Is this the SD's that with like the doubles and shit? If it is, man, big ups to SD's on that. Big ups, man. They doing big things. I actually applied for SD's back in the day when I wanted to ride local, and they never called me back. That's a true story. Also, real quick, let's talk about the seriousness here. Let me see if I had anybody who sent. All right, so we do have one here. It says, what should a person do first, before and during fleet building? Okay, good question. What should a person do before? Well, the first before is, I would suggest that you definitely have some substantial capital. Okay. At the same time, you would need to determine which angle you're going to take. Are you going to do W-2, 1099? And speaking of 1099, I will be doing another podcast talking about the 1099, because if you guys do not know, the president in the White House right now, I don't know if y'all know, but you should have been paying attention. He does have a bill that is on the desk of legislation for them to do away with 1099 contractors. We're going to keep a close eye on this, all right? Because that could be detrimental for a lot of people. A lot of people. This meaning that either one, everybody's going to have to go out and get their own authority if you want to remain 1099, meaning that you couldn't be leased on to somebody's carrier and be 1099. Okay. Or if you are meaning that you can't 1099 your drivers. Okay. So what does that mean? This puts it into a whole different perspective now. Okay. If they decide to do that, and let's say you have a fleet and you are 1099ing your drivers, at that point, you have to switch your drivers to W-2s. Okay. They have to be properly classified. You know what happens when you switch everything to W-2, don't you? You land into payroll taxes. All right. And the biggest thing that a lot of people ain't talking about when you have W-2 is that it's a little expensive thing called workers' comp. Yeah, that you have to get. Okay. Most states, once you get past 5 or 6 employees, then you have to have workers' comp. Yeah, you have to provide workers' comp. And workers' comp is expensive as hell. I don't know if y'all know that. But once you get into that realm, you can't offer occupational. Occupational is for, well, here's the deal. Let me tell you about occupational. Occupational, one, does not give you the coverage that you need and that you should want as a company. Okay. Workers' comp basically covers the company's ass. All right. So if a person so happens to step out the truck, one of the trucks that you got them driving for, steps out of the truck, slips off the step, fucks up his ankle, he can't work no more. He wants workers' comp. All right. So with workers' comp, then the driver has to prove negligence, right? If it's occupational, then that means that the carrier or the company has to prove that the driver was negligent. So it offers more coverage. But then with occupational, you don't have any protection from a person if they wanted to sue you for what is it called? I was just talking about this the other day with my wife. For suffering and pain, I believe, or something of that nature. They can sue you for suffering and pain, and that's just as bad as being sued for for them fucking up. Okay, at least with workers' comp, it covers the company and it provides more protection to you. Occupational really doesn't provide a lot of protection for the company at all. Okay. So for my guys out there that are thinking about getting fleets or getting drivers, these are some things that you may want to think about. Okay. Just know that if you get occupational, because it's cheaper, it's way cheaper. It's probably about like half of what workers' comp is. Just know that you're not protected that much with occupational at all. Okay. My wife said it right here. Here we go. I was waiting for her to come in and say something about it. She says workers' comp protects the business. The employee has to prove the injury. Occupational is in favor of the employee, and the company has to prove that they weren't injured. Bars. All right. That's education for y'all right there. Okay. I'm gonna leave that up for a minute. Let y'all read that. That's real spill. Okay. That's my wife Shay, who works the HR department for Parks Motor Group, and she knows all of this shit, right? Because she speaks with workers' comp agents on a daily basis, Monday through Friday when they're working, because they don't work on the weekend. And also speaking with paychecks and payroll services and HR services about this stuff. So it's real deal. Once again, I'm gonna repeat this in case you just listening to the podcast, you ain't watching it. Workers' comp protects the business. The employee has to prove the injury. Occupational is in favor of the employee, and the company has to prove that they weren't injured. That's big, man. That's big. But yes, it is expensive as hell. Okay. I wish that I could escape it. I can't. And the reason I can't is because once you get a certain number of drivers that are employees, W-2 workers, you are required to have workers' comp. Occupation isn't even an option. Okay. And most states are like this. The only state that I know that doesn't require you to have workers' comp on your employees is Texas. Okay. So hey, there you got it. If you want to move your business over to Texas, there you go. You don't have to worry about having the workers' comp, right? But you still risk your business, right? If you don't have this workers' comp, because if somebody gets hurt and you don't have workers' comp, you got occupational, and you put yourself on the hook. And you, as a business owner, you want to be protected in as many ways as possible, even if that means that sometimes you have to spend a little bit more bread to protect your brand. That's what you got to do. All right. So that is an expensive bill to carry. And I want to let you guys know that if Biden does get this passed to where in the trucking industry, you can't be a 1099 worker anymore, working underneath somebody else's authority. Yikes. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to go under, that are going to go out of business. A lot of listen, I'm going to tell y'all something, right? This is how you know, because for so long it was the Russian carriers, the Russian companies are the ones that do the 1099 shit, right? If y'all been paying attention, if you've been on Craigslist and looking at all that stuff up in Chicago for those carriers, y'all noticing they started now to be like 1099 or W2. You know why they doing that, right? Because they starting to make their transition, because they know when this passes, it's not a matter of if, it's when this does pass, that they can swiftly transition over to the W2. So they already have the process going for it, and they're prepping themselves for it. So my word of advice to fleet owners out there, to drivers out there that are on 1099s or that are getting paid through 1099 that are leased on the carriers, prepare for it. It's coming. Okay. The Biden administration, they are going to make sure that happens. Okay. They're tired of the misclassification. They're tired of people leaving tax burdens on people that are technically should be classified as employees. They are technically employees. They don't pay for anything. They don't have a say-so of when they can go home. They don't have a say-so of how long they're going to stay home. They don't have a say-so of which direction that truck goes. They don't have a say-so of how much fuel or any of that shit. Right? And when that hammer comes down, I want everybody to be prepared, because if you're not prepared for it, it's going to be a terrible awakening. Okay. It's going to be a rude awakening. So just prepare for it, y'all. All right. The 1099 independent contractor thing is about to go away. All right. They're going to make it to where you can only be that is if you have your own authority. All right. You can't be leased on to somebody and be 1099. You can't be having trucks and labeling drivers 1099 workers. Like, they're gonna come down on your ass hard. Like, and to anybody that's doing that, I would just say be real careful with that, because what can happen is if they do find out that you are misclassifying these people, right, these drivers, they can come back and make you do back pay on payroll taxes and say, oh, wait, slow down, pimp. This dude has been driving for you for this long. Well, we gonna backdate this shit to when he first started, and you gonna have to pay payroll taxes from that point to current. And let me tell you something. Some of y'all ain't ready for that figure. Okay? Y'all ain't ready for that figure. Okay? Payroll taxes can be a big figure. Okay? Depending on where the individual state that the driver lives in, or if you're in a state where the individual has to pay taxes into the state where your company is at. And then, they at the end of the year, when they file their taxes with the state they're in, they just file that they paid into a state that they were non-residents of, and then it pretty much balances itself out, or they may get a little bit of a return back from it. Then that's how it would be worked out. But just be prepared for that shit. Right? Don't be the one that's in the blind trying to figure out how you're gonna maneuver, because it can be hell, man. Listen, I don't ever want to misclassify anybody, right? If they're not a legitimate independent contractor, meaning like they can choose when they go home, they make truck payments, they're responsible for the fuel bill, they're responsible for maintenance bill, they're responsible for everything on that truck, to even include rejecting freight and controlling their home time. That's a true IC. If they ain't doing none of that shit, I'm just saying, I ain't telling you what to do. I'm just telling you, just watch out. Right? Just be careful. Be, like my son say, be careful.
Hello, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, y'all better wake up, man, because this administration is going to try to they all about the workforce. They are. Democrats have always been that way, though, about the workforce. So just be careful. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling y'all to change up nothing that y'all doing right now. If it's working for y'all, keep on making it work. But what I am trying to tell you is just be careful. All right. Because what you don't want to get hit with is that back date. You don't want a piece of that back date action, bro. You don't. That ain't the problems you trying to see. Okay. My wife right here says, all it takes is one disgruntled employee to cause a world of trouble. That's all it take, man. There's one person to be like, yo, hold up, man. Nah, man, I don't like you no more. They leave your company and then they go do their tax and then they play stupid, right? Oh, I didn't know I was what? I was a 1099? Hold up, what? Nah, I didn't have no write-offs. I didn't have no nothing. I didn't have this. I didn't have none of that. And then you on the hook because guess who they gonna audit? They ain't auditing him. They gonna audit the company because they're gonna say, okay, so who did you work for? I work for such and such and such and such. They're gonna come audit your company. And then they gonna when they audit, you know what they do when they audit, don't y'all? They open them books up. Okay. They want to see records. You're gonna have to prove that this person was a true 1099 independent contractor. And if you can't provide that, tis, bro. Tis. They coming for that ass. Okay. They coming for that ass. So just be vigilant of that. All right. So let's talk about, because I don't see no more ones up here. Well, hold on. Let's see. What's this right here? Would the lease ops have to go company if this was the case? That is correct. Or they would have to go get their own authority and they could, be contractors that way. That's a true IC. Right? That's a true IC. But from the way that Biden is putting it out, like you can't, once again, they're like, yo, you can't be a IC unless you got your own authority. Like you can't be a 1099 worker unless you got that. Now, I'm pretty sure ATA is going to step up, have a lot to say about it. They're going to throw a lot of money out there because why? A lot of companies are making good money with the lease options, right? And leasing these trucks out. So, they're going to fight tooth and nail for it. All right. OIDA probably with it. Like, yeah, because they know more people going to want to come and open authority through them to handle all their stuff. So, it works out for them. But I don't see where, Biden and them is trying to make it where it's a work class force and everybody should be W-2s and all this other jazzy shit. Super chat just came through. Let me get a salute. JB Stupid Rich. Like that. Appreciate that. 1999. In my opinion, the Biden administration implementing that to aid them in passing future stimulus bills very smart. Hey, listen. Yo, big ups to my man Mob. I talked to Mob earlier today. He gave me a call. We chatted for about 10, 15 minutes. And interestingly enough, that's exactly what me and Mob was talking about. Was a lot of y'all are going out and getting these PPP loans, getting these ELID loans or whatever they are. Okay, small business administration loans. I'm a firm believer that ain't nobody giving y'all money for the free ski. Who do that? Ain't nobody giving y'all money for the free ski. Oh, this is debt free or this is forgiveness free. They tell you that bullshit to lock your ass in. The government don't create nothing that does not benefit them somewhere along the line. Okay. You might not see it today. You might not see it tomorrow. You might not see it next month. You might not see it next week. You might not see it for a whole year. But they coming for it. Don't believe none of that. It is forgiveness. Don't believe none of that. Okay. They ain't printing this money, which by the way, we don't technically have, to be just dropping all these stimulus checks and giving out these loans and all this. Since when did America just have money like that just to be handing out? But yet we can't feed the poor. Let me digress a little bit and back up. Okay. But we got enough stimulus money to continuously hand out PP loans and stimulus checks to everybody else in the entire country. But yet we can't feed the poor. We can't provide shelters for people that have hit rock bottom. So somewhere along the line, people, they coming back for that. And when they come back for that, they're coming back heavy for that. Okay? On the back end, 5, 10 years from now. And when they come back for it, there's going to be a hefty fine. There's going to be people that, oh, I can't pay this back. No problem. We'll just seize your assets. Okay? We own your house. We own your cars. We own your business. Oh, yeah. Remember that PPP loan we gave you? Yeah. That 50 grand that we said you had, 30 years to pay back. Well, listen, the interest is up on it. Okay. The housing market is doing bad. It's starting to crash. So we going to need to bail them out. Okay. Since we given this freeze, you can't evict nobody, right? So now what are you supposed to do with the housing market, right? So what about the people who are landlords who have been allowing these people to live in them houses for absolutely free because of the pandemic and they haven't made any money from it? How do you bail them out? So there's going to be another housing bailout, right? And all of those people that we gave that PPP money to, hey, we need that shit back. Oh, you can't get it back? Okay. We got to lien on your property. No problem. We'll lien your property. No, don't worry about it. We're gonna lien those bank accounts. We're gonna do all that shit. They made this PPP money and all of this loan money way too easy for you to get. And anytime the government throws you something this easy, there's always repercussions. I didn't accept no PPP loans. I didn't accept no ELID loans, whatever it is, because I know they may tell you that the interest rate on this is whatever percent, low percentage. They coming back for that. And they going to get it, whether it be through you or whether it be through your generational wealth, meaning your children, your children's children. They getting it. Somebody going to pay that money. Another super chat came through from my man, JB Smooth. JB Stupid Rich. $5.99. And he agrees with me. Says exactly what's going to happen, man. And everybody who took that, just get ready and know that when you can't pay that shit back because you thought it was forgiveness and they bullshitted you and they threw that goddamn sheep wool over your eye, they're going to own a piece of your business. Not only that, they're going to own your property. They're going to own your assets. Yeah, y'all partying right now. Y'all throwing it up. It's raining money right now, right? Just remember this one thing. The government don't never give you shit for free without them knowing that they're going to get it back one way or another. You can believe that. All right? Just because your IRS ain't on your ass this year, don't mean that in 2-3 years, they ain't coming on that ass. They don't give a damn if you owe them $1,000. They coming on you. They coming to get you. So the government don't forget. Okay? They don't forget. And they damn sure don't forgive. Be that individual who can't come through with it, and you're going to see in a couple years when the government owns everything that you fucking do and they own your bank accounts and you sitting there looking like a fool because you took the stimulus money, you took the PPP money and all that other stuff. Because the PPP, the stimulus money, right? They send it out to the families anyway. A lot of times with the stimulus check, you can't reject it, right? They just send it to the American, like they're just handing that shit out to us for free, right? These stimulus checks. Why? Because us as American people are going to pay it back in taxes one way or another. Period. It's okay. Give it to them. We're going to raise the fucking taxes anyway. We're going to make this back anyway. Americans are going to pay for this. Period. So once again, like my son said, just be careful. Just be careful. All right, so let me tell you guys about the latter part of this podcast, and that is drivers are a dime a dozen. Lo, what you mean by that? What you mean they're a dime a dozen? Ain't that an insult? Ain't you kind of like basically saying like drivers ain't really shit? They come and go. Here today, gone tomorrow. They're like a bus stop. A bus come every 15 on the 15. All right. So one thing about me that irks the hell out of me is people who waste time. And why does this irk me? Because when you waste time, it is valuable, and it is the one thing in this world that you, no matter any kind of money you have, you can never buy back. Okay? You can never buy your time back. So when someone wastes time, you're wasting you're wasting something of mine that I can't purchase. So if you wasted an hour of my time, of my life, I could never go and get $100,000 and pay to get that hour back that you have officially wasted. At all. Matter of fact, I just seen you, Jed. Yo, man, y'all give me a like bomb in here one time. Like bomb. Not only is Low in here talking trucking, I'm educating y'all on all kinds of shit, right? Life shit, financial. Let's get it. Hit the like button one time if you ain't hit it already. I'd appreciate that. And also, if you're new around here, please do subscribe and hit that bell over there so you get notifications when I do lives like this. I normally, come June, I'll be doing them a lot more frequently. Okay. Come June, I'll be doing them a lot more frequently. Right now, these are sitting at about 2-3 weeks. Every 2-3 weeks. Camera, stupid. I got OCD. So when things like that, it's in my, you know what? I'm going to buy a new camera tomorrow. I can't do this. That little spot right there is going to bother me. Come on, man. Focus. Damn. Going to the camera shop immediately tomorrow. Right there downtown. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, will you? Watch. As soon as I put some more light on this shit, it ain't watch. Take the light away. Put the light on. Take the light away. Stupid camera. Anyway, back to what we were saying. So I can't stand when people waste my time. And what I mean by this, elaborate a little bit more how truck drivers do this very, very, very frequently. I tell people that if you're not serious about coming to drive at Parks Motor Group Inc., please don't waste my time. I tell them this. Well, this has started to be a new ritual of mine when I interview people that are coming now. Please make sure that this is something that you want to do before you start getting into the process. All right. Because not only are you wasting time, my time, you're wasting your time, and you are costing me roughly about $200 to get your drug test done, get your background check done, do your orientation, and then fly you to get the truck. All right. Roughly anywhere between $250. You're wasting my time. When it comes down to the day of you went and taken your drug test, you done orientation, you done the background, and then after orientation, you decide that, oh, this ain't gonna work for me. This ain't the opportunity. Really? Really? So you waste my time, you waste my money, and you flake. Is that right? Okay. So I'm talking to my wife. I'm like, yo, listen. So the only way to find out if these people are even serious about it, right? Because I'm not in the business of just to keep forking out money for people that are switch-siders, if you will. They can't make up their mind. I got this one, I got that one, and then this other job called, and I'm gonna go jump. Once again, don't expect drivers to have loyalty at all. Okay, you guys are talking about building a fleet. Please, you'd be lucky if a driver stays with you past 90 days. If you stay with you past 90 days, 91 days, you might got something good. But I've been in recently a couple of situations where these people have made it all the way through orientation, y'all. All the way through orientation, ready to come get the truck, and they flake. Didn't I have this conversation with you on the phone before we even got through past step one? Is one, don't waste my time. If you're not ready to do this, you're not 100%, please move on. Don't even use me as an option. Okay? If you're not ready to do this after the description of the job that I've talked to you on the phone about for 20, 30 minutes, at that moment in time, this is when you need to say, let me sleep on it or let me think about it. I'll get back to you in 2-3 days. Completing orientation is not the time for you to decide that this ain't what you want to do. Like, that shit is selfish. The shit is selfish. And I've even TD'd around with the thoughts that, you know what? We're going to make these people put some skin in the game, as they say. We're going to make them put some skin in the game. Maybe we should start making them pay for their own drug test, pay for their own background, pay for their orientation. Then once they get in the truck and they pull the first load, we will reimburse you for everything that you paid out. What y'all think? Am I over the top with this shit to think like this? Because I'm gonna be real with you. I've wasted $1,000 on drivers that have made it all the way through orientation and have flaked. Would I be wrong if I say, listen, you got to pay for all this shit? Once you pull your first load, we'll reimburse you back for everything that you paid for? Will we be wrong? Y'all let me know down in the chat. In my opinion, the only way that somebody's going to take it serious is you got to make them put a little skin in the game. Make them fork off a little bit of money. They're going to be serious about that because ain't nobody trying to put up $200 just to be like, nah, I ain't going to be able to do it. So you lost $200. You ain't going to shake at that time. You more than likely going to pursue it. There it is right there. My wife just said it. Where'd she go? Dang, where'd her comment go? she had said something I wanted to. Y'all speaking so fast. Here we go. Here we go. Don't even email us if you ain't serious. Don't get me on the phone because, oh, it's LoSean. I always wanted to talk to you. You have great information. I can't believe I'm talking to LoSean. LoSean. And then I hit you with the, get your motherfucking ass up off my phone. I'm not here to make friends. You're not coming to work with me because you're like, oh, it's LoSean. Holy moly. You come to me for a job. Take it serious. Take it serious. Let's see a couple of y'all comments down here. Ron Sharp, you said, nope. Make your money back through them, then reimburse them, then reimburse the money. So are you saying, yeah, hell yeah, make them pay up front. Make them put some skin down there. See how serious they are. Then once they get in the truck, pull the first load, reimburse them back. Because then you know they're serious. Is that what you're saying, Ron? I see a couple other people in here that are saying some stuff too. I don't know, DW says hell no. Is that a hell no to not charge them? So what I should do is allow them just to keep wasting fucking off $200 of my money each time? Y'all let me know. What would y'all do? Listen, I'm put y'all in the driver's seat, the fleet owner seat. If y'all was a fleet owner, what would y'all do? If this is a continuous thing that happens, you look up and you realize that you've burnt $1,000 on people that didn't come through, At that point in time, do you stop the bleeding or do you just let the bleeding keep happening and letting them keep doing that? Okay, DW, I see what you said right there. You said charge them for sure. Okay, I see you too, Rod. Say yes, exactly. Okay. I say all that to say this. All right. End of the day, we still do have two. How many trucks we trying to fill? One. We got one. Okay. We had a driver that was supposed to get in the truck, and this driver is the prime example of what I'm speaking about. Went through the process, finished the orientation, getting ready to book the flight to go get into the truck, and yeah, I'm not gonna be able to take the opportunity. What? How you get through or how you do the whole entire orientation? And what was the disconnect? And that's what I would like to know. Like, where was the disconnect at? Let's have a conversation. Let's have a dialogue. What was the disconnect? So I mean, maybe we can know. But then, individuals want to block numbers and block your emails, and it's kind of like when it gets to that point, it's like, just don't worry about it. It's cool. That's right, Frank Evans. Got to protect your assets. That's a fact. All right, check this out. I'm gonna try this here. First time. All right. I'm gonna try to do the. Let me see here. I'm gonna try to do the call-ins. All right. I'm gonna put the link down there at the bottom, and I'm gonna bring in anybody that clicks the link and wants to come in. I ain't never did this before. All right. So you got to bear with me, but I'm gonna try to bring people in and tell me your thoughts. Okay. Are drivers a dime a dozen? And why is it that drivers are in my opinion, okay, I'll give my opinion. Why are drivers looked at like this as dime a dozen? Because in my opinion, I think that most drivers have unrealistic expectations. Yeah, I said it. I think that most drivers have unrealistic expectations. I think that they want to make all of the money in the industry, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But they don't want the carrier that whether they're leased on to or they're working for to damn near make anything. And I've said this before, if the carrier that you work for doesn't make anything, then guess what that leaves you with? No job. They go out of business. They can't pay you. So, with that being said, we're going to try to open these lines up where you guys can click on it. One person at a time. That's how I'm going to run my show here. I'm not going to have a gajillion people up on the screen because I got OCD. So I like to hear one person's perspective and then hear another person's perspective. Or, we're going to do it like a talk show. We get you about 5 minutes in, say what you got to say, get you out the line, and then we move on to the next person. You know what I mean? Let's keep it moving like that. I think that is very productive. Because when you start getting too many people involved in it, it starts sounding like a chatterbox going on. And that can get difficult to understand which way it's going. Do got one more question, though, before we get into that. At low, you're probably doing all this, but I would recommend asking more lifestyle questions and create a questionnaire. Put them through a rigorous process. Daycap Slim, that's a good thing. I think actually Shay is looking into doing a questionnaire, which is going to, kind of try something to try to weave out a little bit of the bullshit as well. So she is. Big Guy Trucker says, hey, that look like, oh, that is. Okay, that's Brian and them. Okay. He says, what if they stay until they get reimbursed and they leave? It's the same thing, just saying, but those who is coming don't mess it up for everyone else. Well, here it is though, right, Big Guy Trucker. Most of the time, if you get a person in a truck, right, and they only stay to get their $200 and then they leave, like, it's kind of almost like, yo, what was the point, right? What was the point of you getting in the truck just to get your reimbursement and then leave? Like that. Once they're in the truck, it's kind of like, all right, we're here now. So I might as well make my money, right? Opposed to us putting the money up front and then them not even working for us, right? So it's a little bit different once they're in the truck. A person would probably be more likely to work for the company opposed to them not working for the company at all. Right? All right, let me share this invite. Here we go. Copy the clipboard. All right, and I'm gonna put it down here. Bam. All right, we're gonna try this, y'all. I ain't never did it before. So work with me. Let's go. All right, there it is. You want to come into the StreamYard chat with me. We're gonna figure out how to do this. We're gonna give you 5 minutes to come in, and you can ask a question. It doesn't necessarily have to be about what we're talking about right now when it comes to why is it that you believe drivers are a dime a dozen. If you have a leasing question that you want to ask, you have a question about, insurance authority. I've never had my authority, but I know plenty of information about an authority that if I wanted to spark up my authority right now, I would know exactly from step A to step B, or step A to step Z, I should say, what to do. I actually already have insurance on my tractors independently from the carrier. So if you will already have my insurance. So yeah. Pops, I did see your Cash App. I read it. I thought I did, unless you sent me another one. Okay, so Dad sent me another $55. He's a baller. Pop says to charge them an application fee of 50% of your cost. 54. Oh, he sent me 55. So okay, got you, Cash App. All right, Pops. I can we'll look through that with Shay for sure. We'll look through that with Shay and see what we can't do. Did y'all see the link? Ain't nobody coming up in here. Come on, man. I'm trying. Oh, I got me one. My man, Darnell Gully. And listen, Darnell, if I bring you in, bro, I'm ready to donate to you for a new mic. But we're going to see if your mic sounds right. D, what's good, baby?
Hold on 1 second.
Darnell, I mean, did you?
Hold on. I'm sorry. I had you playing in the background. Okay, what I was going to say is, do your reimbursement on your first check. Hell with the first load.
So you say do the reimbursement?
On the first check.
Okay.
They'll be in the truck for 2 weeks. Then they have another check coming after that, so more than likely they'll stay. So you tell them your reimbursement on the first check.
Okay. So you like the whole idea of reimburse them on the first check once they come out. So if it's a 200, 250, have them pay for it up front and then ship it back to them on their first check.
Yes, because you got to look at it. 250, that's a stack. How long are you going to be doing this for?
Say it again. You said 250. Then I missed you.
I said 4 times $250. That's a stack.
That is a stack. You're absolutely right. That's a stack. That's what I said, man. We've already been down this road, right? Where we've had 4 drivers. We've already had 4 drivers after we've paid up all of this. Be like, hey, yeah, we're not going to be able to do it. Not knowing that, that's costing me time. Not only that, but it's cost me $250 to process you.
Yep, that'll work. That's it. First check, no sooner.
Bet.
I think first check is it. Not first load. Hell with that. First check.
First check. Right. Well, that's what we were talking about. I guess Well, I see what you're saying. Why I said first load, but I was thinking more so of first check reimbursed for the cost that you did.
No, I need it to be the first check. At least the first paycheck. At least I get some work out.
Well, that's for sure. I feel you on that. That's you hold a valid point there, D. You hold a
Because
valid
by the time you give them their first check, they don't work 2 weeks.
True.
So time ain't been wasted that much. You know what I'm saying? But I think the first check is better than the first load because
Okay. All right, D. I got 2 other people in the queue, baby. I got to get them in here, man. I appreciate your opinion on that, man. Appreciate you for supporting me too. You've been supporting me for a long time.
You're welcome, my man. You're welcome.
All right, D. I'll holler at you later, man. Thanks.
All right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Darnell. Next, we have in queue. I have 2 more people in queue. I see Official Willis in here, and then Daycab Slim. I got you coming up right after I finish with Official Willis. Let's get it. Official Willis, you on? What you got?
I would say, personally, if it was me, I would say about 60 to 90 days when I would reimburse them. That way I can at least get some work out of them instead of like doing like the first check or first load.
Okay, so you saying 69 days. Let me see what I'm working with, and then from there we'll reimburse you.
Yeah, I mean, I just became an owner op literally like a week ago, and so I'm trying to aspire to be like a fleet owner like you. I've been watching you since was it the LSU truck?
Mm-hmm.
So if I was a fleet owner, I would do what you just said, like have them pay for their own background check and deal and what is it, drug test.
For sure.
And after 60 to 90 days, then I'll reimburse them. Because like how I see those people that do that, where they go through the whole process and all that stuff, and then they at the very last of it, they're like, oh, I don't want to join anymore, or I don't want to sign on. How I see them is how I see guys that go to a military recruiting office and they're not even serious about joining. They go through the whole process, and towards the end, when they're about to get shipped off, they be like, oh, I don't want to join anymore. That's how I see those guys.
I mean, it makes sense. But the thing is, right? So do you look at it like, all right, if I tell them, listen, I'll reimburse you after 60 to 90 days, do you scare them off, or is this something that they're able to work with, or is it something they're gonna be like, yo, I'm not waiting 60 to 90 days for you to reimburse me 200, 250?
If they're really serious about coming on, then I will see they will wait. But if I was serious about going to a company like your company, I will wait. I'll pay for my own stuff. That way that will let the owner know that, hey, this driver is serious about coming on. And after those 60 to 90 days, then I'll go ahead and reimburse them. But if they quit before the 69 days, and I ain't giving them no reimbursement back.
That's a fact. I like that idea. I appreciate that. All right, Official Willis, what else you got for me, babe? Anything else?
Nah, I was just trying to figure out this owner op stuff as I go on.
Take it one day at a time, baby. That's all you can do, one day at a time. And remember that your failures is only the roads to your success, bro. That's the only way you're gonna learn anyway.
Yeah, I got about 7 months experience in driving, so I think I jumped into a little bit too soon, but hey, so it's something I wanted to do.
For sure. Hey man, listen, I appreciate you rocking out with me, and thanks for your opinion, man. And I'm gonna get the next call. Thanks so much, baby.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Official Willis. I think he's still down there in the queue. I don't know how to do all that, but yeah. Anyway, next person I got coming up here is Daycab Slim. Daycab Slim, let me know what you got. Daycab Slim, you in the building? What you got for me, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Good. How you feeling today?
Pretty good, man. Listening to you talk, and man, I just want to say, I appreciate you giving other drivers opportunities, man. I wish they would see it like you see it,
Sure.
Opportunities don't come along, but when it comes to what you're asking is, just from my experience, I spent a long time in corporate, and when we hired, I'll just give you an example with Estes. I went to 3 interviews just to get hired on with them,
Okay.
and the first interview was a phone interview. They asked me some lifestyle questions. They asked me where I live, how far I am from the terminal, am I still interested in the position, and after that, it was like close to a week, right, before I had the second interview. The second interview was with the terminal manager. The terminal manager asked me, same type of stuff, what the job was about, the job description, stuff like that. About a couple of days later was a third interview, was a face-to-face interview. And for you, I know it'd be a little bit hard, but maybe like a live stream, face-to-face interview,
Mm-hmm.
video chat, through Google View or whatever the hell is used, iPhone, iFace or whatever the hell it's called. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
do one of those and have a live face interview. And I think if you make it like a 2-week process, 2 to 3 week process, it could weed out a lot of people with cold feet that may be like, hey, I'm into it, but a week later they get cold feet. They might be like, you know what, it's been a week and a half. You could weed out some people that way.
Okay, so when you went through with Estes, right, and through this rigorous process to try to figure out if you are the right candidate for, which I've done that as well, especially when I was driving for Cisco, right? So they send you through this rigorous. You got to speak first with the dispatcher, and then you got to speak with the terminal manager, and then you got to speak with the transportation manager, and then that's when they collectively come together and say, yeah, if this person is right or not. And I like that process, but I'm trying to figure out, with it being OTR, right? And with people that are OTR, they don't take the jobs as serious as, say, a person that in your situation that goes to work for Estes, that's going to give you the benefit package and you're local and stuff of that nature. More so, OTR drivers are like going to hop from one place to the next, whereas in your situation, when you land with an Estes or a YC or with a UPS or anything like that, you guys are going to stay there for a while because those are great places and you're looking to get in there, so you're going to be your best. So how do you alleviate that in the world of OTR?
I can't really speak for OTR. The only thing I could speak for is maybe a little bit how to retain people. And that would be you just, and it's hard. You know what I'm saying? OTR turnover rate is at about 100%.
Fact.
So for me to answer that question is gonna be kind of hard. I'd probably say you just gotta weed throughout the people. I remember when I first got into trucking, I think it was Millis who called me the first thing. And the first thing the guy told me over the phone was, hey, just letting you know, you're going to miss birthdays, you're going to miss funerals, you're going to start, he started telling me the stuff I'm going to miss. I'm like, whoa, let me think about this for a second. I'm not sure if the OTR is for me. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
kind of scared me off a little bit, and right then and there, I knew, you know what, that wasn't for me. So maybe like I mentioned earlier, like a little questionnaire. And I'm not talking about like a 3-minute question. I'm talking about like a 15, 20, 30-minute. So when they're sitting down and filling out your application, it takes some time. So not only you're investing your money and your time, they're investing their time.
Right.
So if they're going to put in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours into completing, and maybe even a week until you call them back, that's a lot of time. Some people might not want to go through that. So is it going to fix every issue? Is it going to? No, it probably won't. But I think some people with cold feet, it'll definitely weed them out.
For sure. That'd probably be something that we do need to look into. I think that we do need to get a little bit more rigorous with it, opposed to just taking the first person that fills out the application and saying, okay, really? Okay, you want to come do it? Let's do it. And I kind of do fault ourselves for that, because we haven't had a strenuous, rigorous process to weave out really who it is. We try to do the best we can through speaking with them for about 20 minutes on the phone, but then at times that isn't rigorous enough, and we don't have a questionnaire to ask them the deep questions that you can get a true answer on, and you can kind of like at that point dissect if the person is really built for your company or not.
Yeah, exactly. And I would ask, so you want to come to PMG, right? Why do you want to come here? Like, why us? Why not Estes? Why not why not any other company? Why not the company that should not be named, right?
Right.
Why not them? Why do you want to come to us? Is it because I'm low and I got, a million subscribers or whatever it is? Like, are you coming to me because I got the fame, or you want to work for my company? Like, why do you want to come here?
Right. Right. Yeah, so I think we do need to get a little deeper with the interview process, in the vetting process. So for sure. Hey, listen, Dave Cab Slim, I gotta let you off here, man. I appreciate the information, man. Thank you so much for supporting me. Appreciate the cash apps. And I think you even gave a super chat or something like that, right? But appreciate all the information that you have given, and also that you've given out in the chat, man. And keep supporting, and I'm gonna keep rocking with you.
Man, take it easy.
You too. Thanks, man. All right. We have officially done that. I got another super chat that came through from Eric Howard, 1999. Give you a round of applause on that. Eric says, good knowledge house. I appreciate that, man. What you know about that house? I be saying that too. I like that word, house. Yeah. And big ups to the ones that have came on here. I will drop, what do we got? We got about 10 more minutes. I'll drop the link one more time, because I'm gonna wrap this up here momentarily. I want to say that this has been a really good show. We've actually had 3 callers call in and give their opinion about how we should do the process. And it's non-biased over here. You know what I mean? If you have some information that you can share that could better someone else that's listening on this chat, or that's listening on this live stream, then that's what it's about. Okay. Continuous education. Hell, I ain't never too big to stop learning. Okay. I'm like I said, I put this out there for y'all so that y'all can give me feedback on it, because hey, I want to know, you know what I mean? From y'all standpoint as a driver, or if you have some information that can help, such as Daycab gave, such as my man Willie gave earlier, such as Darnell has given. I'm never bigger than the whole operation, right? I'm always learning, and I always take, criticism, as long as it is constructive. Okay. When it starts being on some hate shit, we got to get you up out of here. You already know how that go. But I'm gonna put the link out one more time. We're gonna try to take maybe 1 or 2 more calls. If anybody's interested in it, hit it up. And there it goes. It's out there. You guys let me know if y'all want to get in. I'll take 2 more people. All right. Once again, we have 1 truck that is available, ready to go. It's a 2017 Cascadia Freightliner. Something else I want to let you guys know, that I felt like I've spoken about this before. When you do come, it is not a thing that Parks Motor Group does, but it's more so of what the carrier that we're leased on does, is that you will be a week in the hole. And when I say a week, typically we like to start you guys out on a Tuesday. That starts the new payroll system. All right. And it goes from basically Tuesday to Tuesday. You turn in the trips Tuesday. And the work that you did from that Tuesday to that following Tuesday, you won't get, well, I won't say you, but we don't get paid for that work until the following Friday. All right. So keep in mind that when you come with us, it is anywhere between a 10 to 14 day holding period. Okay. On your first settlement or your first check, however you want to look at it. Now that works same way. When you leave, you will receive a paycheck a week after you have left us. Okay. I want to make that very, very clear, because people have come and some of them don't understand the process of being in the, being a check in the hole for a week. Okay. And this is why I like to kind of like try to start people out on a Tuesday when it starts. I don't really want to start nobody midweek, because then that prorates your check. Okay. Because we pay salary. Once again, if you're a solo driver, hell, I got the banner here. Let's put this back up here. I don't even know if I ever put it up today, but let's put it up here. Okay. I thought it was up here earlier. This is what we have. This is what we offer. We are now hiring teams. $2,200 per driver salary each week without hazmat. $2,500 per driver each week salary with hazmat. It is a W-2 position. Okay. We pay Once your week in the hole is over, then we pay out every Monday. Every single Monday you get paid once you are a week in the hole. Okay. Solo position, $1,700 per week salary without hazmat. Okay. If you have a hazmat, you're a solo driver, $2,000 per week salary with hazmat. W2. Once again, all of these are W2 positions. All right. We are based out of the state of South Carolina. So what does that mean for some of you guys that are not going to understand this? We do have to pay South Carolina taxes. So as a worker for us under South Carolina, you pay South Carolina income or state taxes. And then at the end of the year, when you have your W-2, you take it to the state that you live in. You let them know that you paid withholdings to a state that you are non-resident of. And then from there, whatever you paid into South Carolina, whatever the difference is that you're supposed to pay for the state is what it is. It could be, have to owe $100 to your state if they have a little bit higher taxes in South Carolina, or if they have lower taxes, state taxes in South Carolina, you will receive a refund. All right. So from all my people that's out there in Texas, Tennessee, and Florida, and those other states that don't have state taxes, you will get a refund guaranteed because you paid into a state that you are non-resident of and you paid state taxes. So then by that being said and done, South Carolina will have to cut you a refund. All right. But those are some of the important things I do want to let you guys know about the position. We do have one truck available right now. Takes about a week to process every single thing. If you are interested in this position, email us info@driveforpmg.com, or you can give us a call 833-525-4764. It's probably best that you just send us an email to info@driveforpmg.com and we will get you in. All right. And do our interview. So you may be one of the first ones that have the rigmarole. All right, questionnaire. But once again, we only want serious inquiries. If you're not serious about starting in the next week, please don't waste our time. And we're not going to ever waste your time. Don't waste our time. And we're going to decide if we are going to make the person pay for this stuff up front. And then you get reimbursed for it. All right, reimbursed. So we're going to figure out exactly how to do it. And look who comes in the building 2 minutes before it's time for me to go. I'm going to bring them in. 2 minutes before I end the show.
Hey, bro, I was trying, bro. Verizon is trash, bro. Verizon is trash.
Oh, my
What
goodness.
up, man?
What's going on from one fleet owner to another? What's going on, brother?
Nah, man, I just, I've never been on the Loshan podcast show, so I just want to,
Introduce
have my
yourself.
first time. Yeah. Well, if anybody don't know me, I'm King D. Raj. I'm just a regular guy that likes to drive trucks for a living, and I'm a big fan of Loshan Parks.
Look, you ain't coming on here with the fugaziness, bro. Okay, I ain't gonna let you do that. All right, you're not gonna come on here and get off on the fugazi, bro.
Nah. But now I was just coming to say what's up, man. And I was listening. I got him when you was talking to Homeboy, and he's talking about the turnover rate and and questionnaires. And like I said, when we was talking before, like, bro, to get on with me, I get just seeing how truck drivers are. It's almost gonna be like you taking an SAT with me. Because again, you look at it, you can never please drivers.
That's a fact.
You can't please. I mean, you give them more money, and this ain't enough. Then this ain't. It's just like, wow, man. So that's a big thing for me. Is really questioning. Why do you want to come drive for me? Like you said, because it was people when I first started, they just wanted to drive because I was King D. Raj on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That fell apart. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then there's no reason for you to come drive for me. And I'm not your boy. I'm not your homie. I am the owner of this company. I'm the owner of this company, and I'm running such. Like, I'm not King D. Raj when it comes to this trucking thing.
Right.
So, you know, yeah, that's how I feed my family. So, yeah,
Take it
but
serious.
yeah, you got to. You know, on YouTube, that's King D Raj on social media. And when it comes to the trucking stuff, we're not playing games. We being serious.
Fact.
So, but yeah, I just want to put my little 2 cents in there.
I appreciate it, man. You know, we got to get you on the next one though, dog, because you know,
Yeah. No doubt.
yeah, you tried to slide through late as hell, bro. You know, you always going up to the party when everybody's starting to leave. Like, what happened?
You're right. My bad, cuz. My bad. So,
My dude,
but no doubt, cuz.
yo, you
I'll
gotta
let you.
let them know, man, where to find you at, because King D Raj also is a fleet owner as well. Where can they find you at?
You can find me on YouTube at King D Raj. You can find me. That's about as far as they can find me. But
Okay.
Yeah. YouTube. Yeah. I don't do too much anymore. So.
YouTube,
Yeah.
King D Raj, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, my man. I'm gonna catch you on the rebound. I'm about to get these last 2 super chats, and I'm about to get up out of here.
All right, brother.
All right, boy. You stay safe.
Go. You too.
Yep. All right, that was King D Raj right there. Round of applause for him coming through. Another fleet owner doing his thing, man. Been boys with him. Has been my boy for a minute, man. Been rocking with King D Raj for a minute. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel, King D Raj. He do a lot of stuff showing like getting healthy as a truck driver, that you can fast out here on the road, you can be healthy, live a healthier lifestyle. And also he talks about some stuff with trucking. So definitely go check him out, King D Raj on YouTube. All right, got another super chat came through from Alpha. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I heard some noise in my headset. And I'm like, yo, what in the world? Alpha Mentality. $20 says, how many trucks do you have in fleet? How much can a person with a 10 truck fleet cash bought make? All right, so good question. Round of applause for you. Appreciate the $20 super chat. Super duper chat. Appreciate that, man. All right, so I have a total of 12 trucks. How much can a person with 10 truck fleet cash bought make? It all depends. That is a loaded question for real. It's going to depend. Do you have direct customers? Are you leased onto to another carrier? Do you have your own authority? Are you working off the spot market? Are you working off a contract freight? How much hustle does your drivers have? Are your drivers hustlers? Are they lazy? So all of that plays into factor, right? And not to mention, how do your drivers drive? Are they fuel connoisseurs? Are they fuel spillers? All right. All of that stuff. Are they accident prone to make your insurance go up? You know, so that's really a loaded question, and it depends on what your profit is going to be per truck based on how you pay, right? So I really couldn't tell you. I don't have, and I don't think that any fleet owner would have a straight answer for you, because everybody's operation is different. So appreciate that super chat though, my man. I think you sent me one more. That was by you. Another one right here. $10 from the same man. Says been in industry for a little over 2 years. Military veteran. No points on license. Making 70 cents per mile now. That's good money. 70 cents a mile. That's good money. You know, that's, hey, I can't tell you, you know, that you ain't making no money. You definitely making some bread out here. So definitely salute you on that, man. So 70 cents a mile. Whew. Sheesh. That's pretty close to what I'm paying the drivers on salary. But, you know, the reason for my salary is because salary allows drivers to function or to collectively build their lifestyle or their bills back at home around what they make on a consistent basis. So that's the reason I like salary, is because it allows for guys to be able to function their lifestyle without, you know, the up and down roller coaster of being on like a cent per mile, where 1 week it could be good, next week it could be bad, 1 week it could be good, next week it could be bad. With the salary being at what it is, guys know exactly what they're going to make week in and week out. All they got to do is run the loads that dispatch gives them, be on time, be safe, and return back from home time on time. Bam. And then if they do that as well, we offer a $500 bonus each quarter for guys that are safe drivers, on time deliveries, and return back to work from home time on time. Right. So we got quite a different things that we do offer over here. We also offer the incentive pay, the incentive pay. So basically each longevity pay, which is $100 increase to your salary each year that you're with us. All right. $100 increase to your salary each year that you're with us. And there's no cap on that. So a guy who came in, don't have a hazmat, been working with us, started at $1,700. After 10 years, he could be at $2,700 salary and doesn't have a hazmat. Now, hazmat is not required, but preferred. You want to get more money, go get yourself a hazmat. You come in the door at $2,000. All right. But once again, if y'all are interested in this one truck that we do have open, give us an email. Excuse me. I was about to say give us a call, but I already gave out the number anyway, too. You can do that Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time business hours. But send us an email. Send that to info@driveforpmg.com. Once again, I will throw the picture up here. Just had it here a minute ago. There it is. Send that email right here. info@driveforpmg.com. I also think I have a banner right there. Going across the bottom, info@driveforpmg.com. Phone number is 1-833-525-4764. All right. All right. All right, man, listen, this is going to conclude the show. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with me. And we will do this again in about another 2 weeks. All right. I'm about to hit the road again. Go back out on tour. Yeah, I'm on tour. In case you ain't know. Okay. I'm on tour. So I'm gonna be back out on the road about another 3 weeks. And then we will be back here with another edition of Trucking with LoShawn Parks podcast show. All right. Make sure that you're here for it. All right. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I do lives like this. Catch me on Instagram. Okay. That is Instagram, LoShawn Parks, @LoShawn Parks. One word on Instagram. Follow my Instagram. I be doing a lot of lives over there. Outside the podcast, do a lot of lives, drop a lot of like little pictures and stuff like that, and like little motivational stuff. So check that out. Also, I'm on Facebook, LoShawn Parks. You can find me there. Come over there and rock out with me. Follow me on both of those platforms, or all platforms, YouTube as well. Tell a friend that it's him again, and he's doing his thing. Okay, doing his thing and doing well and being well. Listen, y'all be safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Like, be unsafe. And as always, winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. And we winning all day right here. Trucking with LoShawn Parks. Y'all stay safe and stay blessed for sure. I'm out.
Thank you for listening to the Trucking with LoShawn Parks podcast show. Be sure to like, share, and hit that subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on IG @LoShawn Parks and Facebook LoShawn Parks. Until next episode, keep it trucking.